Welcome to the BBC YouTube channel. Research shows that employees who experience a positive onboarding process are 29 times more likely to be happy in their roles and satisfied with their jobs. Unlike some desired tasks, creating or revamping an onboarding program can be a daunting task. In this guide, we are going to cover some of our suite's best onboarding practices in the year 2022, when remote and hybrid workforces are dominating. We'll take a step-by-step approach to show you how you can save time during your own new hire onboarding. Employee onboarding is the process of permitting new employees to become familiar with an organization's culture, policies, and procedures, and equipping them with all the necessary tools for a successful start. If you want more of this content, subscribe to the BBC YouTube channel and hit the notification bell. Employee onboarding is the introduction to a company that new employees go through. It includes teaching them what they need to succeed in their role and getting them involved in the company culture and processes. An important aspect of successful onboarding is welcoming new hires to the team and giving them tips to survive and thrive. You'll also see a difference in retention and engagement by doing this, which is pivotal in the current climate. Ensuring that your employees are successful is a challenging and often expensive task, but there's good news. Research has shown that onboarding employees can be an effective tool for maintaining a high level of engagement from new hires. A 2011 Harvard Business Review study shows that during the first 90 days, employees are introduced to your organization's culture and practices. The process of familiarizing employees with your company's culture will help them understand where they fit in. Research has shown that employees who have a quality onboarding experience are as much as 18 times more likely to stay with the company. That means that creating a welcoming onboarding strategy can improve employee retention rates significantly. If you want to get the most out of onboarding your new employees, it's important to familiarize yourself with the best practices that form the foundations of any successful onboarding effort. Begin with a plan. An onboarding process should include key steps that are tailored to your needs and your unique business goals. This includes establishing clear processes and goals, such as measuring and improving retention rates. Creating an onboarding plan can seem hard, but once you get one in place, you'll start noticing the benefits right away. Try to continually update it with feedback or new insights, like doing employee surveys and exit interviews. Involve corporate leadership. Reaching a new hire who's just been brought onto your team can be difficult. The best time to do this is during the onboarding phase, and executives have a key role in the process as well. It'll help make the experience more positive, which will go a long way in shaping the culture of your organization. When people at the top of an organization know who you are and what you're passionate about, it immediately makes you feel valued. It also starts to build relationships between people at the top of the company and those who have just started. Personalize the experience. One way to help new hires feel valued right away is to personalize their onboarding experience. Making the first few days at work a welcoming experience will create a better environment and make them more likely to stay on board long term. Creating a personalized onboarding experience for each new hire can be expensive and time-consuming. These days, it's often more effective to take some small but simple steps. Offering new hires the option to introduce themselves through email blasts or giving them the chance to personalize some branded equipment with their name on it can show your commitment to the idea that each individual's onboarding is an important step. Make it social. The social aspects of day-to-day working largely disappeared due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Even though workplaces might not be as social as they once were, that doesn't mean that the social aspects of onboarding can be ignored. Introductory team-building activities and social things like off-site lunches can be helpful when you first start your new job. Managers should take the time to introduce their new employees to coworkers and build relationships with them. Eliminate any confusion. Asking your new hires to do a job that is unfamiliar can be confusing for them. That's why it is important to make sure that you define the expectations surrounding their job, what they are expected to do, and who they will report to upfront. Providing new hires with as much information as possible during the onboarding process will help them feel more enthusiastic and confident in their new position. It's good to create reference materials, such as an organizational chart that clearly presents how people are structured in the company and their reporting relationships to other departments. Simple steps for a solid onboarding experience. Initial pre-boarding. Employee onboarding starts with a process called pre-boarding. This allows you to get everyone situated before the new hire is about to start their first day. These tasks can include clarifying information on start date, time and location, sending a welcome email, creating a copy of the company handbook, setting up employee portal access, preparing an agenda for the first day, and getting any necessary paperwork ready. Employees who come to work with pre-boarding already done go straight to their desks, so they can hit the ground running. This means more time spent on interesting and productive tasks right away, rather than wasting time waiting for processes and paperwork. Prepare employee workspaces. To prepare for the new hire, it's best to set up where they'll be working and what physical and digital resources they will need beforehand. For example, you can work with your ID team to get any accounts set up before they start or arrange a bench or other seating space in their preferred area. For that, you can use onboarding to-do list. This includes providing access to handbooks and office supplies, creating their ID, and putting together a welcome gift of branded swag, such as water bottles and notepads. Create an orientation plan. When someone starts a new role, they may have many questions about what is expected of them. Employee orientation will ensure that the new hire knows all this and feels aligned with the company's goals. To make your life easier, we allow you to send any necessary documents to us before the interview. This way, there will be no surprises when they get to work with you. Want to know the company's culture is like? Prepare a few materials that the new hire can read to increase his or her understanding of the company. Arrange the welcoming committee. You don't need to involve the whole company when your new hire joins, but giving them a greeter or peer mentor is an easy way to make them feel welcome and more at ease. This person will be the new hire's go-to guide during the first few weeks, and appointing one will give them an opportunity to ask any questions they may have, get to know the company culture at their own pace, and settle in more comfortably with their team. We recommend appointing someone at the same level as the new hire rather than a manager for this role, because it's better for helping the new hire integrate with their team. Let them settle in. There are a few things to know about new hires which will help you make their first day as easy as possible. The first is that at some point during the day, it's best for them to take a break and settle in. It'll also be helpful if they meet a couple of their colleagues before the day is done. Once you've finished the interview, consider arranging some social time at the end of the day. This will give your new hire a chance to get properly introduced to the wider team and break the ice with their new co-workers. Set up time with HR. Your HR department is ready to help. They'll provide benefits and payroll information, manage your company's pay periods, and more. It's best if they have all the facts up front. Employees should meet with a member of HR during the onboarding process to go over certain aspects of job involving, details on company policies, any paperwork that still needs to be completed, information on any support schemes available for employees, and the company's organizational chart. Arrange initial training and development. As a new hire, it's normal to feel unsure and confused about many aspects of your job. This can be especially difficult when you're dealing with unfamiliar software and processes. It's important that the new hires be trained for any software or systems they will be using during their time with your company. This should take place at the beginning of their first week on the job, so there's a better chance of retention in this information. Schedule regular check-ins. Onboarding can't be done in just one day. It's an ongoing process that happens as the new hire becomes more acquainted with his or her working environment. The amount of time will vary, but many factors contribute to how long it takes. It's important for you to schedule regular check-ins with your new hire. In this way, you can monitor their progress and make sure that they are settling in well and feeling comfortable in their new position. Schedule at least 3 check-ins with your new hire in the first 10 weeks. This will allow them to provide feedback, ask questions, and express concerns to you. Start before the first day of work. The onboarding process starts with the potential employee accepts the job offer. It's a time that offers many opportunities to engage with employees during this 2 to 3 week period before they start work. You can take advantage of this time to create a good impression and get new employees on board right away, rather than starting with a negative impression. Employers can send a welcoming email to initiate the inclusion process and establish goodwill with new employees. The email can include content that reflects your company's values. Asking questions is also a good way to start a dialogue. A welcome care package is a nice touch as well. By following these steps, new employees could feel much more confident and comfortable when they start their new job. Whether they work remotely or in person, we can ensure they feel at home in the office. Simplify paperwork experience. Employee paperwork and documentation play a huge role on the onboarding process, from background checks to personal information and previous workplace records. New employees often find it unnecessarily time-consuming to provide the necessary documents, but that's not how we do things. The first few days on the job is a time for new employees to get acquainted with their coworkers and learn the ins and outs of their roles. They also complete some paperwork, but when you're drowning in bureaucracy, then this paperwork can make new employees uneasy about the company's profitability and reliability. With automated onboarding documentation, HR teams suddenly have more time to focus on the uplifting conversations they have with new hires. That leaves them with time to provide personal attention and inspire those who are coming into your company for the first time. Automated notifications can help make sure all necessary documents are completed in a timely, efficient fashion. Ultimately, this change makes employees happier and more satisfied. Make a checklist for the first day. New employees want to do their best on the first day. The problem is that there are a lot of required tasks like paperwork, company introductions, and getting up to speed on the culture. Trying to do it all on the first day can lead to an unpleasant experience, one that may make new employees feel overwhelmed and burnt out. One of the best ways to make sure your new employees are well prepared is to create a first day checklist and send it to them in advance. You can then use your onboarding tool like ClickUp to share this checklist with a new employee. You can even assign new tasks to new members of your team by adding them to the checklist. Schedule an induction in a group get-together. The HR department is responsible for conducting and completing the induction process in order to help the new hires quickly become active employees. Induction is broader than onboarding, which cannot be substituted for conducting a thorough onboarding process. When you create an induction plan, make sure it's all laid out and as detailed as possible. If you're emailing a new hire with their induction schedule, you should include relevant team members in this email. This ensures that your new hire gets the necessary introduction to know who will be working with them and feel like they've been given the best possible welcome to the company. Develop standard operating procedures. An SOP binder is one of the most important tools for new hires. It provides an assortment of information to help them quickly reference other employees or systems on their team, and it offers valuable information to improve workflow and reduce a new hire's stress. The SOP binder can also be used by fellow employees as they train new hires in the first few months of their job. This helps to improve comprehension and gives more authority to training teams. Establish a path to career advancement. Your employees are key to the success of your business. By keeping them happy and engaged, you'll be able to keep them invested in the company. Employees are more likely to stay with the company if they can see compelling prospects for advancement. If you don't offer professional investment opportunities, you may end up losing some of your best talents in no time. To make it clear that you're committed to your employees' growth, start with what promotion requirements are expected. This will show employees that you care about their long-term success. As a manager, you can create personalized journey maps for each new employee and meet up to discuss their professional progress at regular intervals. Your commitment to your employees will show when you set up professional objectives and outline steps for how to achieve them. That's it for this video, BBC member. Remember to subscribe to our channel. And if you feel like we've delivered value, please share this video with one person. That's right, just one person. as a token of your appreciation for the hard work we put into making content that educates and helps you on your mission of building your own fortune. Remember, you can watch video after video, but it isn't until you take action that you'll start to see results. See you on the next one.